All righty.
Good morning. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and we are going to be doing something different today. It's fall, it's cool outside at night and early in the mornings. So, the last couple of nights, I have been drinking hot chocolate for it's sugar free for my supper. I have it, that's just what we have a big lunch and we usually don't eat much supper anyway. So I made me some mix the other day, hot chocolate mix, and so that's what I've been doing for supper. I've been just drinking my hot chocolate, and it's so good. And I'm fixing to show you how I make my hot cocoa mix, hot chocolate mix, and this is sugar free now. The recipe, excuse me, the recipe calls for 2 cups of sweetener, which you can either use sugar or you can do like me. You can substitute it with your uh, sugar alternative. It calls for 1 cup of cocoa powder, and this is a half cup. I'm half in this recipe this morning because I want to show you how you can store it, and it calls for 2 cups of powdered milk. Now, this is powdered milk, non-fat powdered milk. But the first recipe I made, there's no added sugar in this, but there's 12 grams of carbs in 1 cup, in 8 ounces, excuse me, not 1 cup. Let me see. 12 carbs in, uh, it's a third of a cup of dry milk, but it makes a whole cup. So that would be, I guess, they're 8 ounces. So there's 12 carbs in here. Well, what I did, and that's what I'm using today because I'm showing you how you can make it just from things out of the grocery store. I went online and I found some heavy cream powder. Heavy cream powder it has 1 gram of carb and no sugar. Now, your milk, your non fat milk, doesn't have sugar either, but it's got all those carbs. But this heavy cream powder only has 1 carb and no sugar. So, and it only takes 1 tablespoon per cup. So I have done my math and I have figured out how much of this I would use instead of my milk. But today I'm showing you how I do it with the non-fat milk because I order mine off my heavy cream powder off of Amazon. But most of you would just run to the grocery store and pick up the non-fat milk, which is fine. So that's why I'm showing you that today. All right. And like I say, I'm half in the recipe. It calls for 1 cup, no, 2 cups of sweetener. So I've got 1 cup of sweetener here. Now, when I do things like this, I try to use stevia. Stevia cuts my cost drastically because stevia is so much cheaper than what I order from Amazon. These like swerve monk fruit things like that. So I cut it in half. I've got half stevia and half of my pure cane alternative to sugar. Okay. Now it calls for 1 cup of sifted cocoa powder. This is a half a cup, and I've already sifted it. And if you're using just regular sugar, you sift your cocoa and your sugar. That way it gets out any of the lumps. So, but I didn't have to because neither one of mine had any lumps in it. So you just stir this up real good. Now, it calls for 2 cups of powdered milk. Well, I'm halving it. This is 1 cup of powdered milk. Okay, you just stir this up and get it incorporated just as good as you can. Now, this is sugar free, remember. And Roy and I, the other night, I said 12 carbs. That's a lot of carbs in this milk, but there's no added sugars. So we figured it up, and it's only like what, honey, 1 carb per cup. Is that what it was when we figured it up?
It was 1 to 3, and I forgot.
Yeah, either 1 to 3 carbs in your whole per cup in your whole mixture. So
Okay.
I look back at my notes because I got them on the back of my little card here, and it's actually 2 carbs. 2 carbs per cup for this. If
What
you
size cup?
an 8 ounce, but this is a 12-ounce cup right here. So it would probably be 2.5 or 3 carbs in that 12-ounce cup. Okay, so I've got it mixed up real good. No lumps in it. Now, this makes a great gift for someone that loves hot chocolate and likes to have a cup of hot chocolate that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, much sugar in it. So I've just got out 2-quart jars here. And
well, this doesn't have any sugar.
No, this has no sugar, but this has no sugar in it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my mixture in my quart jar here and make a mess. I'm good at making messes. So all anyone would have to do if they want sugar-free hot chocolate is make this mix and heat them some water. I've got some water heating behind me in my little kettle back here. And I'm going to make Roy a cup of this hot chocolate. And I'm going to show you how sometimes we drink it at night. Okay. All right. I'm going to put that right there. Now, it takes, for this hot chocolate, it takes, mix 2 to 3 tablespoons into your cup. So I'm fixing to do that, and I'm going to use the one I just made. And they're going to be heaping tablespoons. So if you're giving this as a gift and you want to make more, then you just get a bigger container. Okay. Now I've got my hot water back here. This is going to be hot, honey. And I'm going to put my water in. I'm going to stir it up real good. I'm going to taste of it because sometimes your sugar alternative is not as sweet as sugar. Now it'll be plenty sweet enough for me, but
now this is a mug almost full.
Yeah, this is a 12-ounce mug cup here, so it's down to here. I've probably got 10 ounces in it, maybe. I'm gonna taste of it. Oh my goodness. Now,
no cheating.
This is the way we
no cheating.
This is the way we drink ours at night sometimes. There is 2 carbs in this, 2 tablespoons, and this one you can get the sugar-free, but I could not find the sugar-free. So this one has less than one carb. So now I'm just going to leave that out because I'm going to do something else in a minute. All right, that is Roy's hot chocolate. I'm fixing to take the camera and I'm going to let him taste of it. Okay, baby. Now you got to tell me how good it is.
I am. But I'm bringing something else to the table.
Wait a minute. I got to get a different view because I can't get your whole body. He is so long-waisted, I can't get his whole body in.
Who wants to see my whole body?
There you go. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
Now he's going to taste of this hot chocolate.
Now she said sometimes we drink this for supper, and we do. But it's not because we're trying to not eat at night. It's just because some nights we're not hungry.
Well, we have a big lunch every day, so you got to talk louder, baby.
Low carb.
You got to talk louder because my mic's on.
Okay. Yeah. It's low carb. Now, what I like to eat with my chocolate milk is something else I can eat that is low carb. In fact, basically peanuts are 0 carbs. And so, I like my nuts with my hot chocolate. You are so right, Rose. This is just delicious.
Isn't it good?
Yes. Now, as you know, if you're trying to watch your sugar, nothing that is uses sweeteners rather than sugar is going to have that high acid taste of sugar, but it's still delicious and it's very satisfying. If it weren't, I wouldn't drink it at night.
Yep. Good, huh?
This is good. And I'm going to tell you, she's got a variation that she may not tell you about it today.
No, I'm going to make it in a minute.
Oh, she's going to make it with
I'm going to make mine.
She kicks it up with coffee.
I'm going to make mine. This is the way Roy drinks it. I drink mine with a little different, and I'm fixing to show him how to do that. So
this is a mix of regular nuts, and then some she's coated with chocolate.
And some I've coated with sugar-free maple syrup.
Oh,
yeah.
This is so good.
Okay.
You really enjoy this. And it's almost free at night after it's time to relax, sit around in the living room and talk. Get you a cup of this. It's 1 to 2 carbs per cup. It's just delicious.
Sugar-free. All right. Now I'm fixing to hand him back the camera, and I'm going to show you how to make mine. Okay, you can, when you put this in a jar, this is not quite a quart jar, but now, like I say, I have the recipe, but you can put a pretty top on this. You can put ribbon around it. You can put a bow, and it makes a wonder. I would love getting this for a gift, whether it's birthday, Christmas, just a friend, just because you want to give somebody a gift. This is great. Now, I'm going to give you another recipe how I do mine.
Because for you coffee taste lovers, watch this. Because it does have a coffee taste.
I love my coffee. And I'm halving this recipe also. It calls for 2 cups of powdered creamer. Now, this is not sugar-free. I picked up the wrong one, but this has no sugar added and less than 1 carb per serving. And a serving is a teaspoon. So, in a whole cup, you'd put what, a tablespoon maybe? So, you'd have maybe 1.5 carbs. It calls for 2 cups. So this is a 1 cup. I'm going to half it. So I'm going to put 1 cup of my creamer in. Now you can get the sugar-free creamer, but this just hasn't, it doesn't have any added sugar, so it's fine with me.
And you would be using the sugar-free if you had some here in the house?
Yes, I would. Okay. Now it calls for 1.5 cups, and I'm going to use what I just made of the hot chocolate mix. So
you start with your hot chocolate mix that you made.
Yes.
And then you move on to this.
No, you start with your creamer, then you put your hot chocolate mix in it. It calls for 1.5 cups. I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup because I'm halving it. This is a 3/4 cup because I've got some back here, but I'll just add this to it. That's 1/2 and 3/4. Okay.
That's a 1/4 cup. Right?
This is, yeah.
Yeah. Quarters. But it's all right. Well, you got it.
Oh, I thought I said I put 3/4 in here, and I was using.
You also called it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right.
Just
now,
forgiveness.
It calls for 1.5 cups of instant coffee. Now, because I drink this at night a lot, I use decaf. You can use regular coffee, and this is just your great value. This is just your classic decaf coffee. It calls for 1.5 cups. So I'm putting 3/4 of a cup in here. All right. Now it calls for 1.5 cups of sweetener. So again, I've got this is 3/4 right here. I've already measured it out. I've got half of it is stevia, half of it is my pure cane. Okay. Now the next one is up to you. It calls for a teaspoon of cinnamon, which would be 1/2 teaspoon. I love coffee so good. For the holidays, you can put the cinnamon in it if you want to, but I love coffee so good, I don't want that cinnamon. It kind of takes away from it. The one I made a couple of days ago, I did put cinnamon in it, and I don't enjoy it like I do without the cinnamon. So but that's just up to you. Or you can put any spice in it you want to. Okay.
You know,
Now,
some people like pumpkin spice.
oh
They could
yeah,
use that during the
yeah,
holidays if
yes,
they like.
yes. All right. I'm gonna get my whisk and whisk it really good. Now, as you can see, the finer grounds that you can get your coffee, this is kind of big, a big grind, but that's okay because it's going to, some of it, the instant coffee is like powder. And when you use that, you won't have all these little coffee things in here.
You could put it in a
Because
plastic bag and crush it.
you can, but it's gonna dissolve
Work out
anyway.
anyway.
It's gonna dissolve in your hot water.
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm going to show you how I drink mine at night. All right. And that's about as good as you can mix it with that coffee in there. If it's powdered coffee, it mixes better, but that's okay. Now, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the same. So I'm going to put heaping. I'm going to get some of that coffee. All right, that's about 3 heaping tablespoons. And I'm going to get my hot water back here. And I'm going to fill it about like I did Roy's. That's about probably 10 ounces. Because this is a 12-ounce cup also. Okay, you can see what it looks like. It looks different because it's got the coffee in it. I'm going to stir it up.
Yep, more browner.
I'm going to stir it up real good. I'm going to taste of it. Make sure I got enough in it. It's hot. Oh, you can smell that coffee and smell that cocoa. I call this sugar-free mocha coffee mix. Oh my. That's so good. But let me show you something. You see this? It's my favorite coffee creamer. It's 0 sugar Italian sweet cream. It has no carbs, no sugars, no anything. So I put a little bit of this in there. Just a little bit. Not enough to cool it down. Just a little bit. And I'm going to stir that up. Now, it's delicious without it. Believe me. You can use any flavor you want. You can just use, not even use it if you don't want to. But when I have this, I treat myself a little bit. Now, let me get this. Okay, there we go. And then I put my heavy cream, my whipped cream on it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is so good. This is indulgent. If you want to indulge yourself, you make you some of this mix and you sit around the fireplace when it's cool at night. You just, it's wonderful.
She sat around the other night for about 45 minutes over there with a pencil and paper, making up this recipe and the amounts. And so finally she says, okay, get out your calculator. So she made me take the calculator out and double check everything to make sure that if you use the non-sugar ingredients, no sugar, as she's showing you, you can get down to 1 to 2 carbs per cup of this, and it's still delicious.
We used to do it in our head. We can't do it in our head anymore. We have to have a calculator. Well, it gets real complicated when you're trying to turn cups into tablespoons and this many carbs, and so it gets a little complicated. So we had to get our calculator out. But y'all,
and you will remember, as she talked to you earlier at the beginning of this, if you switch to the heavy cream as your cream basis,
the powdered heavy cream,
heavy cream that you can order, you get this down to around 1 carb or less per cupful.
Yeah, and that's like a 12-ounce cup. Now, if you have one of those really big cups, then you would add more of your mix. Or if you have like an 8-ounce cup, you would add less of your mix. So that's just ever how, whatever size cup you want.
Now, this does not taste like those sugar-free, watery mixes
Oh
that you
no,
buy. That's
no, no,
just
no.
basically a water taste. This
This
actually has a milk flavor.
this is absolutely delicious. So now here is two gifts. You can either give both of them, or you can give one for hot chocolate lovers. You can give one for coffee lovers like me. I'm telling you, if you don't make the one with coffee, uh, you just
Leave the
you just
coffee
don't
off
know.
for me. I like it, but it's
Well, that's the reason I make both
fun.
of them, because he likes the hot chocolate, I like the coffee. So y'all,
But make it for yourself. The first person to give it to is a gift for yourself, and you're really going to enjoy it during the holidays because you can drink this and not blow, whether you're on keto or just low carb. You don't have to blow either one and still have a delicious cup
And
of
I've been
hot
drinking
chocolate.
decaf so long, I don't even know this is decaf. Now, for you coffee lovers, you may want to use the high test, but I drink it at night, so I don't do that. And I try not, I hardly have any caffeine except for what's in the cocoa in my diet at all. So, and I have made a mess on my table here. But anyway, y'all
At,
try this.
at our age, we sleep better without the caffeine.
Yeah, we do. um, Try this. It is absolutely wonderful. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up and share this video, please, and hit that little notification bell so other people will, you'll know when I upload a video, but share it so, because other people out there might want to know how to make this. So it is absolutely delicious. It's not real expensive, but it's worth having in your cabinet or in your pantry. So,
Put the delicious back in good food in your home.
and you would never know this is sugar free. Never. You would never know this is sugar free. So I love y'all. I'll catch you next time. Y'all, when I was rewatching this video, I realized that I did not tell y'all that you could use your bought hot cocoa mix. And they sell it sugar free. I'm sure you can get it. But I just like making my own. But you can buy, like Swiss Miss has one, Hershey's has one. There's several different name brands out there where you can get the sugar free hot cocoa mix. So you can use that instead of the homemade mix. But I had neglected to tell y'all that on my video. So I just wanted to come back and tell you that you don't have to make your hot cocoa mix from homemade. You can buy it in the stores. So I just wanted y'all to know that. So I love y'all and I'll catch you next time.